Hello, ladies and gents. Yes, we are red for a reason. We have the red filter up. Queen Sugar is back. I've reviewed this show every season. Season 3, towards the end of it, I said, oh, this is getting too heavy for me. I stopped, and I still watch the show. But now we're back for season 4 because Nova pissed me off so bad. I said, you know what? I'm tired of her. I'm tired of her. Tired. You hear me? I am tired of her. And actually, she annoyed me so much. I didn't want to do this. I really didn't want to do this. But I've been on a roll with this, so no. Let me hold off on what I want to do. This is season 4, episode 1. It started it off so nice, which meant that I knew it had to have been something terrible for them to finally give us something so nice. They don't ever give us something so nice to work with this dang show for this long. Let's go over the positives. The show actually starts off with Nova. She's doing a TV interview, or she's going to do interviews and promotion for her book. And she's overwhelmed because right now it's starting off small, which is why she probably agreed to it, because of the distribution started off small. But now it's expanding. And because it's expanding, she's all about this, I don't, and she's nervous. Fair enough. Fine. She's nervous. She should be nervous. We go from that to, we see multiple things. We see Ralph Angel. He's working. So the guy that he gave a second and third and fourth chance is still working for him. Great. Everything seems to be going well. The harvest is about to kick up in fourth gear. Prosper, I think his name is, came over, and he looks great. The surgery was a success. He looks healthy. We haven't seen him look that great since ever. I said, wow, he looks great. I won't be surprised if he hasn't. He looks great. But he gave Ralph Angel the mail, said how proud of him he was, and how, of course, proud his father would be of him. And he gets the mail and he reads it. He is no longer on probation. And the great thing about that is he can be free to fully work and do what he needs to do. And he's so excited. He's so happy that once Proctor leaves, he actually starts running in the opposite direction. And he's just kind of yelling for joy. This is what he's been waiting on for so long. We're happy for Ralph Angel. Even later on, he talks to Blue and shows Blue the letter. And apparently he's been teaching Blue certain words. You know, a lot of the P-letter words are some of the most evil. Prison, probation, prosecution, all those words. But essentially, Blue equates it to, oh, so you passed the test? Yes, Daddy passed the test. Because the bad things Daddy did in the past, he passed the test, and so he's good. We even see how when they were playing, I guess in the park or by a school area, somewhere, they were playing football, they were playing catch, and he eventually throws the ball again a little bit farther, and this girl, who kind of comes off as a little bit of a tomboy, but she's young, and she gets the ball, and I thought, okay, I was like, Blue, I know you're sensitive, calm down, Blue. There was no fight, the parents were there, everything was handled the mature way. What did happen was that Ralph Angel might have him a little something on the side. Now, I did skip ahead because we already knew that Ralph Angel and Darla weren't back together, but I think Ralph Angel thought that the possibility was closer to being a reality than it actually was. But yeah, Ralph Angel might have him a little brown thing on the side. I said, oh, this is cute. And because they talk about, their kids' names, and she loves the name Blue. And I said, of course you do. She's like, it's artsy, it's creative. I said, He even talks about how Blue has his doll, Kendra, and, it's a doll. I'm not stressing over it. And she was just like, this is a good dude. So I said, oh, Ralph Angel, you deserve. You know who else deserves? Charlie, she's doing her thing at the mill, and her husband. Oh, whoa, whoa. I just put that out there. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but her man. Is it Ramon? Is it? I don't know. But the guy from last year who, speaks Spanish, he's still around. He actually took Charlie to get away. And harvest is about to start, so he wanted to pamper her. Micah is spending time with his father, probably in California. And it's just the two of them. And they've basically had the summer to themselves. And it's been nice. She's so happy. He's speaking Spanish to her. She's speaking it back. And he just wants to put all the focus and attention on her. And that's something that she's never truly had. She's always had to go and kind of help other people. And she got a lot of flack for how she tried to help people. But Charlie has always been the type to help other people. Beautiful. And he even, once he's done with his massage, he starts massaging her, tells people, thanks. I said, this is so nice. All right, when's the foolishness going to happen? We even see Hollywood and Aunt Vi come back from, I think they went to, was it Singapore or Thailand? One of the two. And Aunt Vi said the food was really good, and it inspired her to introduce some different cuisines to her diner, because remember, she has the pie franchise, and now she's also has the, what is it called? Aunt Vi's Pies and Diner and Pies, or something like that. It's something really cute, and I'm happy for her. Hollywood's happy for her. He's trying to get her to remember, hey, sell the pies and the fried chicken. Make the money first, then introduce, some newer stuff. But she was like, no. If they're coming to my diner, they're going to have to, they're going to be exposed to other stuff. And he said, you're right, it's yours, baby. I got you. Do what you need to do. And she looks healthy. She looks good. And you wouldn't tell that she was sick. I said, this is great. Great. Perfect. They even go and have the celebration of the opening of her diner, and everyone shows up. Even Darla was there, and she gave oh my gosh, she gave Darla oh hey, Darla brings a present. Vi says, thanks. Why don't you go and leave it, honey, leave it, and get yourself some food on your way out, on your way to go. I said, oh. Ralph Angel was upset about that, but what can he do? And so he talked to Darla. Darla needed a day off from Blue, in a sense where she wanted Ralph Angel to keep him an extra day, because she's going on a date. She wasn't trying to say that, but she eventually said it. And that's when I said, oh, here we go. But it's fine. Ralph Angel, a little bit later on, finds him a little side piece boo thing as well. Well, I mean, with how their lives are, I don't know if he can focus on relationship once what happened at the end happens. In comes Nova. And one by one, they slowly start to learn that Nova has this book, because it's about them. So she's been hiding it. Now, Prosper and this other woman, they were talking about the books. Like, when are you going to give us a book? Show us a copy. At least tell us about it. She's like, you're just going to have to buy it. Prosper said, you know what? You deserve this success. You deserve this tour, a huge tour, and even more. Your daddy would be so proud. I said, Prosper, you just don't know yet. And she goes and leaves. Well, she goes in the back, and Hollywood looks at her and says, so I've been hearing that you've been trying to do this book deal, and the book is very salacious. If it's even contains 25% of the information that I know about your family, you better at the least go and warn your Aunt Vi. Give her the respect she deserves to at least know before this book comes out. Because I'm telling you right now, if it's a mess and you didn't do that, we're gonna have problems. And I said, oh, don't go to jail, Hollywood. You just got married to her. Don't go to jail. Oh, and it pretty much went downhill from there because that's when Nova realized she has to go and at least give them an advance copy. She didn't call and talk to anyone about it. She um, tried to talk to Charlie, but Charlie remember, harvest is coming, so the mill was super busy, as well as she had something to do at night. And she said, no, it's something small. I'll just handle it myself. And I said, no, Nova. Imagine if Nova actually oh, that would have been perfect. It would have been too much. I would have ended the episode right there. But anyway, she leaves everyone a copy of the book. She goes and she sees Ralph Angel at his house. He's painting with blue, and she leaves a copy in her father. Remember, that used to be her father's house, and she felt really bad when she kind of looked around. Was like, oh gosh, it slowly started to really creep into for her, but it still wasn't time yet. Next, we have everyone has their copy. Charlie is at her engagement, where she's going to be celebrated as the first Black woman to open a mill, possibly and probably the first woman actually, in that area or in that state, however that works. She gets the award. She's very honored. And I did notice that the audience seemed off. It did not seem like, oh, they were just so thrilled to see Charlie. It felt more so like some of them were like, oh my gosh. And others were like, mm-hmm. And now I understand why. While she's in her, in talking and explaining why it's such a huge deal that as a woman, she's able to go and do all this and how women need to sit together, this news reporter lady stands up and says, oh, so you saying you believe in women equality and you stand up for women's rights? And she said, yes, and of course. The reporter said, well, explain to me why your sister, Nova Bordelon, went and said in her book that. I'm thinking, wait a minute, how do you have a copy of the book? Or because it got sent out because it's going to be oh, Lord Jesus. Basically, this woman talked about how Charlie went and helped cover up Davis's cheating and with the prostitute, and also how Nova perpetuates rape culture because instead of going against her husband, she went and covered up his mistakes, because remember, the woman actually ended up being raped by the other players, not by Davis. And I said, huh? And how her personalities, I said, now wait a minute now, Nova. And that's when it all came tumbling down, and that's when we switch over. It felt like a this. It felt like a this. It felt like a this. It was too much. Felt like a this to this. Because then they just kept hitting one after the other. To this. To this. To this. Nova. So now Charlie, she eventually goes home because she doesn't know what to say. And Nova, she reads the book. She finally reads that dang book. And the dang book goes and puts it out there, because apparently the table of contents must be titled her family members' names, or maybe what they are to her, like sister, brother, aunt, whatever it is. And it's bad. Because, yeah, it talked about Charlie and how she dealt with, Davis. And also, I'm sure it also will talk about the mill. I'm sure it'll also talk about the mill and how she got the mill and all the stuff that she did. It's terrible. Terrible. Period. So then she reads all of it. She stays up all night. She reads all of it. And that's when she calls up Ralph Angel and warns Ralph Angel, please do not read this book until she should have just said, I'm coming over to your house, wake up. She should have just done that. But I guess being a good sister, she was trying to protect her brother. She was trying her very best. And he was like, oh yeah, okay, I won't. We're all looking at him like, this is Ralph Angel. Of course he will. She goes and reads the book because he was half asleep when she was telling him not to read it. And that's when he opens the front and he sees his name or whatever that lets him know that that's about him, goes to his section of the book, and that's when in her voice, because it was narrated in her voice, oh, and my brother, essentially the runt of the family, who is super sensitive, overly emotional, only recently got his stuff together. He thought that the child that he was taking care of all these years was biologically his, even though no one in the family thought it was, but we just kept it quiet because we loved the boy and we loved our brother. I said, Nova, what are you doing? What are you doing? Ralph Angel was ready to tear that room up, but he was like, I can't. Self-control. She just said I didn't have self-control. I have to get it together. I have to keep it together. I need to calm down. So while that's happening, Hollywood goes into the room to get something for Aunt Violet, for his wife. And that's when he sees Nova's book. He opens it up, and again, he sees, wait a minute now, and goes to the Violet section, Aunt Vi section, and Nova had the audacity to say that, she thought Aunt Vi was one of the strongest women, or the strongest woman that she ever knew, ever met, or ever existed. But she was wrong. Aunt Vi was one of the weakest women that she knew. She stayed in an abusive relationship, and I said, I was like, what is going on here? What is the I was so tired last night, and that woke me up. I said, wait a minute now. What we're not going to do, Nova. What we're not going to do. Breathe. So now that all of this is transpiring, Charlie had to call her lawyer and ask for an immediate assist and decease to try and stop the book. But it was partially already distributed, and Charlie is well known because of her husband. And so it's going to come out publicly. It's only going to get worse from here. This was just the beginning. That's why Nova, at the end of the episode, she went and ran off to her, ran off to her father's grave and was essentially saying, Daddy, I know today I probably did something that would make you feel a certain way, and blah, blah. I said, shut up. I don't want to hear from you. You're the enemy now. You're the enemy. You're the ops. I don't want to hear from you. It's over. It's done. They're done. Nope. That's it. Anything else that I missed because I was so upset that I felt like there was two heads. I said, what's going on with this woman? So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. I will be reviewing Queen Sugar this season. Again, especially thanks to dang Nova.